Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be helping you prepare for your first day of university. With September only 1 month away, that means school is going to be starting up pretty quick. Now, if you're scared or nervous or just don't know what to expect, don't worry. I'll be walking you through the top 6 things you need to be doing right now to get ready for your first day. These were tips that I used when I went to university and they were super helpful. So don't be scared, don't be nervous. After this video, you'll be super organized and ready for your first day. Number 1 is organize your class folders. By now you've probably picked your classes, and if not, you probably already know what they're gonna be. So what you need to be doing right now is creating organized class folders on your laptop. Don't wait until the first day or the first week or the first 2 weeks. You're gonna end up with so much stuff to do that you're going to completely run out of time to organize and you're just gonna forget it. And then by the end of the semester, you're gonna be very confused. So start now and have all your folders set up so that you're ready to go and you don't even have to worry about doing that once you're in the classes. Because trust me, once you start classes with the amount of readings and assignments, the last thing you're gonna wanna be doing is organizing folders on your laptop. To organize your classes into folders on your laptop, it's super simple. Each class is going to have its own folder. So in your Documents tab, create a folder for each of your classes. Generally, there's 4 to 5 classes a semester, so you should have 4 to 5 folders. Name each folder with the course code. So let's say you're taking Music 101, then make sure to name your folder Music 101. So within each of your class folders, you're going to want to have folders within those as well. So you're going to want to have an assignments folder, a notes folder, an exam tips folder, and then an other folder. This way you can stay super organized and keep everything separate so that when you're searching for something come exam time, you know exactly where everything is. So in the first folder, the assignments folder, that's pretty self-explanatory. You want to put all your assignments in there. And when you put your assignments in there, make sure you name them with detailed names. Because if, let's say you just put literary review, you're gonna have 5, 10, 15 literary reviews for the rest of your time in university, so you're gonna end up getting confused. So make sure that you have detailed names and dates on each of your documents so that you can easily find them if you want to reference them in the future. I cannot tell you how much this helped me because there were so many times where I was in a completely different semester, a completely different class, and it had something similar to what I had done in a previous class, so I wanted to go look back at some of my assignments from that class, and because I had everything organized, it was super easy to find. Trust me, this is something that you need to do, and it will save you so much time. The second folder that you need to have within each class folder is your notes folder. So this is going to be everything from your reading notes, your class notes, and any notes that your friends send you. This way when you're studying, you know exactly where your notes are. And again, just like the assignments folder, detailed names. Make sure you put the date so that you know exactly when each note was taken, and you can even put the week. If it was week 1 classes, then put week 1. If it was week 10, put week 10. Then let's say the exam is only on the last 4 weeks of the class, then you can just reference those last 4 weeks. You don't have to be sifting through your notes trying to find which week was when and which notes are which week and all that kind of stuff. It will all be organized for you and you won't have to worry about it. Now the third folder within each of your class folders is going to be called exam tips. So throughout your semester, if you don't already know, profs like to drop hints at what will be in the midterm and the exams. Now you can take note of this in your actual notes, but what I found that when I did that, I would forget where I put it, I would forget it was even there. So what you want to do is have a specific folder for this so that when it comes midterm or exam time, you know exactly where to look and what to reference. So every single time your prof says, this is going to be on the exam, this will be in the midterm, or gives any other hint that it will be on a midterm or exam, you're going to type that up and put it directly in that folder. And make sure also to reference what the prof said it would be in. If they said it would be in a test, make sure to reference that. If they said it would be in an exam, make sure to reference that. If they said it would be in a midterm, make sure to reference that. That way, when you're looking back, your life is so easy. You don't even have to worry about this. Because I did it the other way where I put it in my notes and oh my gosh, I completely forgot about it. 10 weeks into the class, you completely forget about things that happened in week 2 and 3. So I had completely forgotten all these tips that I had written in my notes that would be on the exam until it was too late, which could have helped me out so much. So make sure to have that as a separate folder. And then the last folder is going to be called Other. This is for anything else that's not something that I mentioned in the previous 3. So this will be like your syllabus, any videos that the prof shares that might be helpful, any pictures that the prof shares, any PowerPoints that the prof shares. All of that is going to go directly into your Other folder. Okay, so that's pretty much it for organizing your class files. That way, when you look back on your classes, you'll have everything organized and you don't have to worry about doing that throughout the semester, because trust me, things start to pile up and you will have no time to do that or patience to do that. You'll forget about it and it will end up really hurting you come exam time. Tip number 2. This is to order your school swag early. Don't wait until the first week of class to order your swag or go to the store and try and get your school sweaters or shirts or pants or whatever it is, because I'm telling you, the lines are going to be super long, number 1. Number 2, the best things are going to be sold out, of course. Everybody's going to snatch those up so quickly and you're going to end up with some ugly looking sweater that you didn't even want but you had to settle for because there was nothing else to choose from, and then you're going to be disappointed. And if for you classes are going to be online and you're not going to be actually going into class, the actual campus store might be closed. So your only option might be to buy online. And so other people are going to be flooding those sites on the first week of school, so you need to get in ahead of them and start ordering now. I was lucky because my program had a smaller number of people in it, so things related to my program weren't sold out. But I looked over at nursing and business and there were barely any sweaters left. So you really need to order that quickly, especially if your program is one that is super popular and has a lot of people in it. Okay, tip number 3 is create a budget. I know you probably don't want to do this. You think this is stupid. Your parents have probably said it to you a million times and you've said, yeah, you'll do it, but you're really not going to do it. But trust me, you actually do need to do this. I cannot tell you how much money I spent on eating out while I was in university. Oh my goodness. I swear my entire paychecks went to eating out. Because I didn't have a budget. Every time I got hungry, why not go and get some Chipotle? Why not get some McDonald's? Why not get some Popeyes? I don't know what was wrong with me. I just thought I had an unlimited amount of money, but by the time that I finished university, I had basically made nothing. And I worked every semester and full time every summer. And I had barely any money left because I had spent it all on food. So I'm telling you, you need to create a budget. And it doesn't have to be detailed. It can be a super simple budget, just saying, okay, this is the most that I'm gonna spend per month. Let's say you put it at $150. So you're not gonna spend anything more than that. So that includes everything from food to clothes to makeup to anything else that you buy. You need to stay within that budget. Because if you don't stay within that budget and you said, it's okay, I'll do $250 this month instead, then I'm telling you, that money adds up and you're gonna end up looking at your bank account at the end and wondering, where did all my money go? Because that's what happened to me. You wanna make sure that you're not spending your money on unnecessary things, because in the end, you're gonna be like me and look back and wonder, what the heck did I just do? Okay, tip number 4 is order your books early. Just like the swag, your school swag, you wanna make sure that you order your books early too. Now, there's 2 things about this. You want to make sure that you're getting the best price for your books, because books are so expensive because they just want to charge students as much as possible because universities are greedy. And so you can end up spending $1,000 for one semester on books. So you need to make sure you're getting the best price possible. So the things you need to look for are 1, is there a rent option? So if you can rent the book for super cheap from the bookstore, then I would do that. I did that in my first year and it saved me a lot of money. Number 2, is the book available on Amazon? Now, Amazon usually has the book either used or new, but if it's actually cheaper in the bookstore, then it might be better to get it in the bookstore. You're gonna have to do some research to see what are the best options, but by doing that, you could be saving yourself hundreds of dollars. So trust me, it's worth the time. Now, I know that school hasn't actually started yet, so you might not know what the books are, but as soon as you do know what the books are, you need to be getting on that right away. Because again, just like the school swag, these books can sell out on Amazon, sell out in the bookstore. You don't want to be that person that ends up not having your textbook until a month into the class because it was sold out or because you started looking late, because that's basically a quarter of your entire semester. So at that point, you're going to be so behind in the readings that it's going to take you forever to catch up. Also, there's those really annoying profs that expect you to have read a chapter or 2 already for the first class. So by ordering your books early, you can be ready for that. And I'm not saying you have to do that in your summer, read a chapter or two to be ready for every single one of your classes, but by having the book, you can skim it really quickly and see what that chapter is about, just in case the prof calls on you, you know what you're talking about. Because I've seen this happen before in my class, and I'm so lucky it did not happen to me. Profs that I've had have asked people on the first day of class what was in the textbook reading, and nobody's read the textbook because it's the first class, and that person just ends up getting ridiculed by the prof, and you do not want to be that person. Trust me, you don't want to be that person. It's so uncomfortable, especially if you have a large class and you're the one they picked. Just get the books, okay? Just get the books. Number 5, and I think this is one of the most helpful tips when it comes to being prepared for your actual classes and the work you have to do, is learn about your professors. Now, I'm not saying go look them up on LinkedIn, go look them up on Facebook. No, I'm saying go and look at your class schedule once you have it, and if you already have it, go look now, and look at who is listed for your professor. And if nobody's listed yet, then just wait until they do list somebody. As soon as they've listed a professor in your class, you want to go to ratemyprofessors.com. This is a site where students can go and rate and review their professors to help incoming students know if that professor is good or not and what that professor is like. I cannot tell you how much this helped me build my class schedule. I knew exactly which classes to switch in my first week because of these ratings. So if you go onto the website and you see that you have a professor that has a super low rating, so anything lower than 3 I would consider a super low rating. So if they have a super low rating and all the comments are super hard professor, makes you read 10 chapters one night, whatever else it might be that makes that professor bad, and there's enough people that have said that, you want to try and get out of that class and go to a different class with a different professor. Now, I understand some classes don't have that option or other classes might be full. So the second thing that you can do with getting this information is to read through those comments so you're prepared for exactly how that professor will be. So if in the comments it says something like, professor always takes attendance, and that's going to be part of your marks, now you know you need to attend that class every single time. You cannot sleep in. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to skip it or else your grade is going to go down. So now you know. If it says this professor makes really hard exams, now you know that you need to study super hard in that specific class. Whereas if in other classes you have a professor with a super high rating and it says bird course, super easy exams, doesn't take attendance, doesn't make you read, then you know you're going to have a little bit of an easier time with that class, so you don't have to put as much focus on that class. I cannot tell you enough how many times I have used this to my advantage to know exactly what a professor is expecting and to meet those expectations, or to switch out of that class into a better professor's class so that I have a better chance to do well. And the last and final tip is tip number 6, and that is follow your school's social media. If you've already done this and you've had to unfollow, I totally get it. They post so much and it's stuff you don't even want to see, I get it. But the reason why I'm saying to follow them in the first place is because they do, from time to time, post very useful things. And I'm talking especially for freshmen. When you're in freshman year, everything about Frosh is going to be posted on your university's social media. So you know exactly what activities are happening when and where to be and what you can be doing. So that was super helpful for me when I was in Frosh Week. I just checked out the Instagram of my university and saw the exact schedule for each day and where they were happening so that I could be there and make sure that I didn't miss out. And then throughout the semester as well, it gives you information that's super helpful, like exam times, when the deadline is to switch your courses, fun activities that are happening on campus throughout the semester, teams that you could join, clubs that you could join, things like that. So I would definitely follow your university's social media because that's the way of communication now. So even now following, it's going to give you a ton of information to help you feel prepared so that you're not as nervous for your first day and you know what to expect. Well, that's it. Those are all the tips that you need to be prepared and ready to start university. Trust me, if you follow these tips, you're going to be so much better off than if you didn't because you're setting yourself up for success. When you plan and organize, things always work out better. Honestly, it saves you so much time and so much stress. So I'm telling you, just follow these tips and you will be ready for university. There's no reason to be scared or nervous. You're about to start a new chapter in your life and it's going to be one of the best. So get excited and start planning. You've got this. Don't worry, you'll be amazing. Comment down below and let me know which tips you're going to try out, and if you have any questions, you can comment them down below as well, and I'll make sure to answer those. Stay tuned because I'll be making a bunch more videos on university tips and advice. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button for more videos like this one. Good luck, guys. Go kill it. Bye.